Welcome, everyone, to the Real Walking Cast, episode 54. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hey, I'm pretty sure this is my first real walking cast, so that's
Really? Walking
yeah,
Dead?
yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, what the hell did you think of the episode, man?
Oh, I thought that was great. I let me say this about this season. I was really losing interest in The Walking Dead. I really was. Since the last few seasons, I was like, it just feels like the same thing, just in a different area. But I have to say, since the start of this season, it's reinvigorated my interest, and I'm all in now. So that's
It's going into directions that I never expected it to.
yeah.
And the character-driven episodes, with Rick especially,
Oh yeah.
like, I mean, I joked about, okay, he's going to get a love interest. Like, but he's actually got a love interest now.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the way he's acting like, anybody that's in love with somebody. Like
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
you know? In the zombie apocalypse.
Yep.
While everything's going on, it's like the hell with this place, the
Yeah.
hell with the walkers. I'm in love with this one. And, it just so happened I was a cop. I'm in charge of this town. I don't give a crap if I throw it all away. Okay? But it wasn't just more than that. It was the fact that he always was a good guy. I
Yeah.
mean, that was his job. And he said, "Oh, I wouldn't do it for anybody, just you." That's bullcrap, because he would. He has done many
Right.
different things.
Right.
Even Carol, she even said it herself, "I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. If you didn't go up against Ed, like all of them, I wouldn't be here." So, like, he would always do that. He's just trying to find an excuse that he's in love with the girl, whatever. But the whole thing that pissed me off beyond belief, I understand why Michonne hit him,
Mm.
but I was kind of pissed about that.
Yeah,
I
I was
pissed
shocked about that. I was like, wow. I thought maybe, Glenn might try to restrain him or something, but when I saw Carol hit Michonne hit him, and the way she did it too, like you see her face afterwards, like she was like, "I'm done with you acting this way."
Right.
I was like, wow.
See, the thing is, I thought that maybe she did it because he shoved Carl,
Mhm.
and she's like, "I better control him because he's going to kill anybody or something." Like,
Mhm.
but he wouldn't. He wouldn't just kill
No,
anybody.
he wouldn't
That's
hurt.
just
No.
no, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. So, like, I having a hard time with it because I'm thinking to myself, okay, Glenn would definitely be pro Rick,
Oh yeah.
but Maggie may not, because she's been through so much. She may just want to chill there, and she may even go against Glenn just to chill there. So I'm trying to see if we had to split the group in half, who
Yeah.
would be with Rick and who would be with Michelle.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. It's true.
and most of them I feel would be with Rick. You know,
I think that there'd be a select few characters who would be with Rick. Honestly, I think now a majority of the group might be pro, Carol, or I keep saying Carol, pro Michonne.
right,
Um, because I think definitely Glenn and Carol would be, and Daryl would be a lock to be on Rick's side.
right.
Um, but I think a lot of other characters might say, hey, we got a good thing going here, and Rick, you're kind of screwing it up. So we're gonna
Right.
be with these people. Um,
And what's hard? I mean, if he gets kicked out, doesn't his kids go with him?
I guess
Doesn't
that'd be up to
Judith
them.
go with him, or Carl, or maybe not? He'll leave his kids behind.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah, I don't think they're gonna even get the chance to throw him out, to tell you the truth. Because if you've read the comics,
yeah.
I think everyone kind of knows where this is going.
Like he's about to get kicked out, and then a group attacks them,
Yeah,
basically.
that.
That's the wolves. That's
Yep.
the whole thing.
Yep.
And then they're like, "Oh crap, we need your help, man."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I'll help you, but I'm not getting kicked out." And it's like,
Right.
"All right, whatever."
Unless they do exile him, and then like partway through the series they realize like, hey, we need Rick back because
Well, that's why it's an hour and a half. So maybe half hour he's out of there,
yeah,
and they're like, everybody's like, "We need Rick. Where's Rick? Where's Rick?"
yeah, because
And then they send Daryl, after him. Could be. Now Daryl, like we said on this show
Mhm.
months ago, before it even aired,
Mhm.
there is a strong possibility that Daryl loses a hand. All right, we've said that. We said it. We showed clips. We showed whatever, like pictures. Now he leaked it today that may be a possibility. Norman Reedus.
Really?
That just like Rick lost a hand in the thing, it's not going to be Rick, it's going to be Daryl. So that changes everything if that's the case. We are going to have a massive death, which could either be Carol or Daryl. May even be Glenn, because the rumor is that Negan's going to appear at the end and hit him in the head.
Oh yeah, see that I know Negan's definitely gonna kill him.
Yeah.
That would cement him as like one of the the worst villains that they've ever come into contact with.
It might even be a senseless death. It might even be like, hey, like just like, I mean, I don't know how it happened in the comics. Did he at least?
He said he like his group ambushed them, and they got into some sort of like an argument or something, and he said he was gonna kill Glenn and Maggie, and he did it with Lucille. He was like fooling around, like, oh, who am I gonna get? And then Glenn is like, he's not begging for his life, but he's trying to talk him out of it, and then he just cracks Glenn in the head.
Wow.
And that's how Glenn dies.
But does the Glenn become a walker, or no? They just
no, because he literally, I think he hits Glenn so hard that he scrambles his brains, because his weapon of choice is a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire.
Right.
That he calls Lucille. So I'm pretty sure. I mean, because I know that the writers said that they're having a hard time like figuring out a way for his character to be on television, because the way he is in the comics, you could never put it on television. Right. He's too he's very like he's got like very foul mouth and whatnot. Not that
they already put like the person he targeted to the tree and just took like her intestines out.
Yeah.
Just
you know what I thought that I really thought they were gonna say, and like maybe this is like me being like, maybe it's like my mind is sick or something. I thought that woman was pregnant. And I thought they ripped it out of her. Yeah.
Like a pregnant walker?
That's what I thought. And I'm like, was she pregnant? Is one of them going to be like, oh, wait, no, this is not what you would normally see. She must have been pregnant. But when they just kind of said, oh, no, they ripped her intestines out, I was like, oh, okay. That's pretty gory still.
Right. We're definitely going to see some deaths and some injuries here.
I hope Morgan shows up at some point.
I know. And they're filming in what, a week or two, I think.
Are
they? The new season. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They already want Talking Dead is the next week going.
Wow.
We already had the whole season went mapped out. The whole season 6, part 1 and part 2, like the split, boom, all laid out.
Yeah.
So exciting news.
I mean, yeah. The episode
just in time for Comic-Con, really.
Yeah.
Because we'll get a clip of it.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll get a little trailer or something.
Yeah.
I
just hope they don't kill Rick off. I mean, I'm always like, Rick's going to survive. But then after the last episode, I'm like, oh, they could actually get rid of Rick, technically, because they're doing little things here like he's not needed. And I'm like, I don't like that.
I honestly think that in the comics and in the show, I really think that the only character who's ever going to survive is going to be Carl.
Really? You don't think it's Rick?
I think Rick's going to die last or second to last, and he's going to have like the most epic death ever put in print or something. And
right.
I think I think Carl is going to survive.
To be the leader of the zombie
new world or something like that. Yeah. In the show, I think Carl and Judith are going to survive. I think it's going to be both of them, because if they were following the comics by now, Judith would be dead.
Right.
So I think that Carl's going to survive the whole thing, and I also think that there's a good chance that when the show does end, they might. I don't know if they're gonna go the route of like finding a cure or something. I don't think they should do that, because that'd be really like I think I'm gonna be expecting that. But
see, I honestly have all this stuff because I'm a writer in my head, and I'm thinking, well, why don't they have it where they think they know the virus, they think they know how everything is, right?
Mm-hmm.
why don't they throw a thing into the a monkey into the wrench, basically, right?
Mhm.
Into the works, like just and say somebody gets bit. Like I would envision like Rick getting bit, right? And then something going on so horrendous that he's going to save Carl and everybody that he doesn't have time to know that he's going to turn into a walker. So there's like this war, this is that. Next thing you know, they're talking to him, and I'm like, you didn't turn. And he's looking at his neck or something. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know? And then they're like, well, wait. Then the real kicker will be, well, wait a minute now. Andrea killed herself. Everybody killed herself. What if there are people that are just immune to it and you don't even freaking know about it? All these people that killed themselves would be like immune. Some people would be immune to it.
Right.
So that's what I would do. I would do like Rick would be the one that had to survive.
That's a cool idea.
That, like, and you know, it could be a thing where he tries to figure out, well, why am I immune? And then he thinks back to season 1, right? That the military were there. Maybe they injected, maybe because he was there and unconscious, maybe they injected him with drugs just to experiment on him to see if they could cure him.
Yeah.
Or it could even be the guy from season 1 at the end injecting him with something because he's the leader to test it.
Yeah. See,
I would definitely do something like that.
I could see them doing that in the comics, but you know what would be interesting? Like, because when you said that, I had this idea. Wouldn't it be, you know how everyone's infected, and we all know that?
Well, we believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Jenner told him. Wouldn't it be weird if Judith wasn't infected?
Right.
She was born during this time.
Exactly.
And she's the only one or something, and she just wasn't born with it. You can't be born with it. But if you were alive pre this, you got it. But if like you were born now or after, maybe you don't, because I don't think we've ever seen another infant in the show.
No, not
other
since
than Judith.
Not that was created during the zombie apocalypse.
Right. Because now they won't do that in the comic, which is why I think your idea would be best. Because I could see them doing that with Rick in the comic, but in the show, they could be like, well, we could do it with Judith, because I mean, I could see going either way. I just always had this idea that, you know, it would make sense to me that Carl would do it.
Okay, we're too late now with this. I would have it, let's say, in season 6 finale of the last part. Rick gets bit in the neck.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
you have to wait months. And then it starts, and, you know, he's battling and he gets sick, but it's not because of the virus, it's something else, you know. But then it could be another thing. It could be that maybe he's not cured. Because think about this for a second. I know it's crazy, right? But some of these walkers, okay, they may be like older people. Mm-hmm. They may have false teeth. So if they have false teeth and they get bit, they're not going to become a walker because it's not the natural teeth. Like, that could happen, and they wouldn't even know it. Because it would have to be the real teeth with all that gunk in it, but the artificial teeth, if it was, like, I'm just saying, I'm throwing crazy stuff.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, if some of the walkers, like, had false teeth, right, and said they bit Rick in the neck, technically he could live and not turn, period. I mean, I believe so. Look, you got to think of it this way, right? You can't say like the zombie, the walker blood would turn them, or something like that, because they bathed themselves in that stuff.
And Gareth's group ate it. Like, I know they cooked it, but in one of the comics, didn't they say that like you can't? Like,
I think they could turn. I think they could turn if they ate it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I think so. I think you could, because you know what it is, when the animals ate it, they died.
Oh, that's true.
You know, they didn't even, and that's another thing. For some reason, animals don't turn.
It's only humans, yeah.
You know,
as far as
at least I think so. But then why would he kill the horse in the head, thinking that he's going to turn?
I think he just did it just to put it out of its misery.
I don't know, but I honestly think that we're going to have that. I honestly, as crazy as it is, right? I think that guy from season 1's alive. The guy that they left by the tree.
You think so?
Because it took so long for him to turn. They said they even said it in many episodes He's the one that lasted the longest, like 3 friggin' days.
That's
3
right. Yeah.
days. 3 days. Okay? Not only that, but he had psychic visions of the future. And he kept saying, Rick, go with the boat. Go with the boat. Like, he envisioned all those people dying. That's why he dug up the holes to bury them when the camp got raided. So something's going to happen where Rick's going to have to go on a boat or something. They're going to go to the water part or something. And that's going to happen in the episodes. Definitely. So I know Rick's going to live. Like, just because of that one psychic prediction. But that guy, I bet you they're going to come across that guy. And he's going to be a nasty leader, evil even, of some maniacal group.
It'd be crazy if he was with Negan at the time. Like, he shows up with him and he's like, hey, remember me? And everyone's like,
you left me.
Yeah. That'd be weird. That'd be weird. I wouldn't see that.
But you know what? We never even seen Laurie's body.
Yeah, see, there's something that doesn't make sense with me there because I always say, and this is a cardinal rule, if you don't see it happen in movies or television, it didn't happen.
Right.
Or it didn't happen the way that it's being told, usually. Right. Unless you have a flashback or something that shows it. But we saw Carl, we heard Carl.
I don't think he shot her.
I think, because remember Rick went into the room and you saw the bullet, like the impact, the part of the floor that got hit with the bullet?
Right.
I was sitting there like, he didn't kill her. Did that zombie eat her, but did it like just swallow her whole?
If she was, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Once she got bit after a while, right?
Yeah.
There has to be more walkers. So they're not going to, after a time, they're not going to go after their own kind, the walkers.
No.
So they wouldn't eat her.
No.
After a while. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's weird. I've always wondered just what caused all of it, you know what I'm saying? Like what was the because I honestly I have this funny feeling that it's not a virus or something. I think it's some, maybe it's not even people. Maybe it's like an environmental change, and that's why it's only affecting humans or something.
But the thing is, you don't even know if it affected the whole world.
Yeah,
they call the whole part of the world just normal.
Yeah, I always said that. Like, how weird would that be if like it was only like the U.S. or something, and everywhere else is normal? Like it was a chemical attack on the U.S. or something.
Right.
And it was like, oh, wow, everywhere else is fine.
Right. But another thing is, we've never seen the battle walkers in the snow in the winter months. They've talked about it. Michonne saved Andrea in the winter months.
They did that in the game. They did that in the Telltale game in the episode 2 of The Walking Dead. It was a really cool scene. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to see them in the snow. I want to see them like slip on their butts, trying to fight walkers in the snow. A whole bunch. I mean, it makes sense. They're in a cold environment.
And it'd be cool if the walkers were moving slower too because of how cold it was.
Well, maybe they don't like it.
Yeah, maybe they can't get through the snow.
Because they touched upon some new things. They could have technology, right? Like the girl she wound up the clock and she threw it, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, they're attracted to light, they're attracted to noise. So they could basically build all these gadgets like fake little clocks, throw it, some stuff with lights or something, and they'll be fine with certain things.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I honestly think, and another thing too with the governor, I know he's dead, but it would have been, I would have wanted to see more to confirm it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you saw like the bullet, of course.
You saw the bullet hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think it would have been great if the way they killed him is they took out his other eye and they left him out there.
Like Michonne just went like this.
Yeah.
I know. But it's getting good, bro. I mean, 90 minutes for Walking Dead finale.
I know. I'm gonna have to see if I can watch it after WrestleMania because I'm really excited for both. But those kind of distractions, I was sitting there and I was like, oh, why? Why couldn't you do it in April?
No. I got to tell you, that's going to be tough. I mean, WrestleMania the same day as Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Something's.
I don't know.
Obviously, Walking Dead's going to do better, obviously, but still, I mean, that's bad timing there. But
it is, yeah.
What are you going to do? So, now, what do you think is going to happen in the next episode? Do you think that the woman that he was in love with, Rick. Do you think she's going to stick up for him, say, hey, listen, I asked him to help me out?
She's gonna want to do that, but seeing now that she's back with her husband,
That's ridiculous.
don't think she is. But this is the thing that I think is gonna happen. I think Carol's gonna have something to do with how that gets resolved, because there was an interesting parallel that I thought about. Remember Shane was the one who nearly beat Ed to death when
Right.
he found out that he was beating Carol and Sophia?
Right.
You notice that Rick almost beat this guy to death, and now Rick
Right.
is kind of like turning into Shane?
Yeah, see, I don't like that. But I
Yeah.
don't agree with that, though. I don't agree with that because the guy's an asshole, the doctor.
Yes.
Okay, and Rick wasn't an asshole. Rick was a nice guy. Okay, so he didn't do anything. Rick didn't like start kissing her and cheating
Yeah,
on her.
technically Pete started that fight. Yeah.
Right. He didn't do anything to jeopardize the marriage. Okay, so he's not Shane as far as I'm concerned. Okay, and she chose Rick. She's like, I want you to help me. So that's different.
Yeah.
That's totally different from the Shane Rick thing. He could never be Shane, ever.
No. Because Shane,
think so.
knowing Shane, he would have just walked in there and shot the guy.
No, he would have had sex with the girl, and then he
Well,
would have
yeah.
killed the guy.
Yeah. True.
Right. He wouldn't give a crap. In fact, he would have caused them to get kicked out way earlier.
Yeah, he would have tried to take over. He would have tried to take over
He
the
would have
place.
shot Deanne in the head immediately and whatever.
Yeah.
So. All right, bro. Well, Sunday's going to be the finale. This has been a great show.
Yeah, it
Thanks
was
a lot,
awesome.
Chris.
No problem.
All right, guys. Walking Dead, 90 minutes. I can't freaking wait. Take care. Bye for now.